My name's Scott Gordon. In my early 30s, grew up in a property family and now work in infrastructure advisory for PwC. The biggest problems in property development is you never know what the biggest problem you're going to encounter on any project is. In my experience, which is more the management of these sort of things, it's teams that aren't working the way you thought they would, and it's relationships and the subcontractors, contractors, architects, builders. That relationship sometimes, everyone's got their own perspective, as we all do on anything, but trying to make sure that you're all pulling in the same direction. It should be easy, and at times it's just not. I think for me personally, my biggest obstacle or doubt was really at the start when you're looking at it as someone that feels like you understand property and you're looking at it going, well, what value out am I getting out of that fee? Having got through the process and got to the end, you now look at it and go, the guys know what they're doing at each stage. You get value from the beginning, the consultants, the design, through the build. It just, as much as you may think you know what you're doing, having someone that does this is what they do all day, every day. They live and breathe it. It's just paid for itself over and over. From the beginning, they helped us identify a site, which in this market is hard work. You can spend the entire time you would spend on the project just trying to find the right site. So from start to finish, we really didn't have to lift a finger beyond signing a couple of bits of paper, and the client portal keeps you up to date. You know where you're at on site. And if you're happy to be completely hands off and really just get the high level numbers and know that it's being done well, then you can do that as well. I think the biggest surprise for me as someone that has worked in a couple of roles across the industry was a lot of times it's being managed by a third party. If a subcontractor or someone gives them a bill, that just gets passed on to the end where that's getting paid, oftentimes with little thought, little question. The transparency with which the guys came forward and said, look, this is what has landed in our laps, but we're going to go out to site. And then through their just understanding of the process, the project, and their relationships with the contractors, a lot of times those invoices were shared, halved, something was taken off that shouldn't have been there, and that just makes you realise that they do treat it like their own and they're trying to get the best result. The return on the project originally in the feasibilities was set at around 14%, I think is what we were expecting. And then by the end of the project, look, it wound up in the region return on project about 30%. Nowhere near all attributable to the market. So that was just an amazing result for us. If this is something you're interested in, you're probably much like us, you've spent way too much time examining it, thinking about it, trying to figure out how to go about it. And we all know the upside in this game, but there's a significant downside if something goes wrong. And putting Little Fish in charge of the management of the project for us really ensured that if there was any downside risk, that was mitigated. Pick up the phone and have the conversation. They work so hard on it, they treat it like their own, and that's good for both parties because we've already rolled into our next one.